What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am your host, Itani. We talk about everything related to Lewis and F1. When F1 is on the top spot, most of the time Lewis is top spot, and most of the times it's reported in a bad way. So I felt maybe I should also add my 2 cents in there every now and then, So this channel is going to be dedicated to some of that. Maybe might fully pivot into this because I am addicted to F1. What I want to talk about today is basically the list of drivers, 10 drivers in the grid that we know, and their contract and salary. Pretty much salary, just a rundown, Starting with the number last is Kimi Raikkonen. Now, what people don't know about Kimi Raikkonen is that Kimi is actually rich, very, very, very rich. Kimi is the legend of F1 right now that is currently living and driving. You can't dispute that about the man. And he's done some of the greatest moves. He's driven for Ferrari, he's driven for all of the different teams, like fast or slow. He's been there. He's been really great. Now, this is not the ultimate net worth. This is just the 2021 F1 drivers' salaries. So Kimi is last is number 10, and it's because we know that he's driving for Alfa Romeo, and we know that they're not necessarily competing very well and don't have the biggest sponsors, but they do have Ferrari engine, and that is at 3.64 million pounds. Now, for you South African people, I just want to equate that for you really, really quickly, how much that is. 3.64 million pounds in South African rands is, are you ready? Now, this will adjust your focus to where you are in life as well. 73 million rand. Kimi, number 10 on the whole list. 73 million rand. In real facts numbers is 70. Oh. I can't believe it. I had to really double check it because I thought Google wasn't really seeing my full stop there as a separator. But really, man, it's 73 million rand. You know what that means? This guy wins the lotto every year. Jeez, man. Alright, cool. The next driver is Perez. Perez. We know our boy. Pink Panther, Pink Mercedes, the old BWT. Racing Point, freak man, jeez. He earns 88 million rand. Now, I wanted to say something before we go on that we might not even think about it, but Kim is very rich. Kimi's net worth is 200 million, as reported July 2020 by sillyseason.com, some website basically. So he is very rich. He's really, really, really rich because he's always been in F1, and he holds the records of driving the most races, I think, or the most laps, the most kilometers, the most longest anything probably goes to Kimi. Most hours in a car, most hours competing in an F1 car. Yeah, there we go, more like it. All right, cool. So the next one after Sergio Perez, we know that Sergio Perez right now is with Red Bull, so yeah, that's a good place to be. 88 million. That's a lot. 8 million rand. Man, when is the lotto coming back to 100 million? Anyway, then the next person, unbelievably, it is Valtteri Bottas, who drives with Mercedes, and he earns 5.83 million rand. Our next driver is Valtteri Bottas from Mercedes, and he earns 5.82 million pounds. Pounds, buddy, pounds. Now, what does that mean in rands? Are you ready for this one? 117 million rand. That's how much Valtteri Bottas gets. If I was a second driver, I wouldn't mind that, honestly. Like, the freak, 100, jeez, man. That's a whole lot. 100 million. That's 1 year. Come on, man. Now, the next one is Fernando Alonso. We know he's coming back. He's coming back with Alpine, whatever the case is. He's coming in at 6.55 million pounds. Like, tell me how much is that in rands? Like, freaking 132 million rands. I'm done. Like, after that, I just need it for 1 year. And I'm good. He's number 7 on this list. Now, the next one is Sebastian Vettel. Vettel. The 4-time world champion, Sebastian. He's now with Aston Martin, and he earns 7.28 million pounds. How much is that in our little South African rands? 147 million rands. Almost 150, pretty much 150. So these guys are pretty rich. Pretty rich. All right. Who's the next one on the list? Carlos Sainz at Ferrari. The guy that just took the spot from Sebastian. He earned 7.28 million. You know, that's pretty much the same way, actually. So they basically just substituted each other, you know. Yeah, but yeah, Carlos Sainz earns almost 147 million rand. That's how much it is. Jeez. Okay, number 4. Now the top 4. It's getting thicker, it's getting nicer, it's getting sweeter. Daniel Ricciardo, and the amount he earns is on the 2-figure. What not? How much does he earn? 10.19 million pounds. How much is 10.19 million pounds, man? How much is 10.19 million pounds? 200 million, right? You can imagine the applause from everyone. You are rich forever. Huh? This is rich forever. Like, how much are your costs? You probably have like a 2 million rand house, a 10 million rand house. Okay, 50 million rand house. You still have 150 million. Anyway, the next one, unbelievably so, is Charles Leclerc. The reason I say unbelievably so is that yes, Charles is really good, but I feel like he's just a Monaco boy that gained a great start. He's a fast driver. We really saw what he could do with Sebastian if his car was, there's still that controversy regarding the fact that his car might have been a little bit faster than Sebastian. But even previously, we know that he can fight for his spot. Like, he's not a weak driver. And he fought. You remember that fight with Verstappen? Okay, maybe you don't, but I don't want to put F1 stuff in here yet, because copyright. But basically, there was a point where on one of the season, at first when they went to Austria, Verstappen did a very dirty move. And by the way, these are the two Rosenberg and Lewis Hamilton rivalry that is still brewing. So wait on that one. It's coming. It's gonna get into fruition even more as the years go. But he doesn't have a fast car, so Charles couldn't really compete with freaking Max, because Max is just he's competing with Mercedes. But anyway, on that race, our dearest Max did a dirty move. I think it was inside or outside. What is it? I think it was inside the corner. Hit him out. It was a will-to-will action. It was really rough. He felt like he was bamboozled out of the track and whatever the case is. And that was really, really hectic for Charles. Charles did the same, pretty much similar thing at, I think that was on the Hamilton straight. right? Anyway, he did something similar, and that was a real fight. And you know, the commentators loved it, and you know, the stewards, you know, allowed them to fight for, you know, on the races. Like that was really cool. Like like honestly, kudos. F1, you did the best there. I'm telling you. So Charles is number 3. The reason I also don't think that he hasn't proven himself the whole time. You know what I mean? Like it hasn't been a while for you to compete with Daniel Ricciardo, who has pretty much competed with a lot of people. Like that's not cool, you know. And yes, maybe McLaren is giving Daniel Ricciardo a lot, you know, because of all of whatever. But Charles, you know, and also let's not forget that Ferrari can afford it. So anyway, cool, you know. Now that's number 3. That's Charles Leclerc. Number 2 on the list. Well, I think you already know. But if you don't know, Max freaking Verstappen. Max Verstappen. Did I just come up with the word for Max? Max Verstappen. Verstappen. Yeah, I mean, that fits with Red Bull. All of those things we drink, you know, they are really promoting this, you know. Well, it was Aston Martin and Red Bull at one point, you know, but Red Bull is a team sport sponsoring teams, so this is it as well. 18.2 million. How much is 18.2 million pounds? How much is 18? That's like double now. How much is that? 367 million rand. Oh my gosh. That's $500,000. Well, I mean, it's not $500,000, but that's $500,000 rand. You know, like, I mean, jeez, just for one season? Freak. Okay, that's Max Verstappen, you know. Now, let's go to number 1. Number 1, top tier. Look, with regards to Max, I don't blame him for earning that much. Max does the job on the road, on the track. Like he's good. Like I can't fault Max for anything. I think he's honest when he needs to be. When he's passionate, and like he doesn't really care, which is really good for a driver as well. And he's very strict about everything. So I think like really, yeah, $500,000, man, though a lot. Like if I was thinking South African, that'd be 10 million, man. Yeah, I mean you're rich, you're really rich, but it's still a job, you know, like everybody. But these guys don't really have jobs, you know. These guys do risk their lives, but I do feel like it does show